Hello everybody. So today I wanted to talk about kindness, compassion, and calling people stupid. So it sounds like a peculiar combination to bring together in this conversation, but let's go there. Bear with me. See what you get out of this, if anything, and anything that doesn't resonate, leave it behind. At the moment, I'm seeing a lot of people on social media mainly, some examples of it in real life, in person, but it's mainly an online phenomena of people calling other people or groups of people stupid, morons, idiots, regardless if it's about the mask debate or the COVID situation or the Q plan or conspiracy theories or choose any topic that you like. Flat Earth, climate change, vaccines, if the shoe is blue or if it's grey, that one that went round. So it could be any topic that you choose, any topic you can imagine. And because things at the moment are heightened, inflamed, intense, there's a lot of uncertainty, there's a lot of fear in the collective, a lot of anxiety, a lot of crazy stuff going on. And so in this current energetic climate, I'm noticing that regardless of which side of any particular argument you can imagine, whatever side anyone on, there are many instances and examples of people calling others stupid. Now, the reason I want to address this today and just offer another perspective is to help to bring, hopefully, more compassion and kindness to each and every one of us and help to diffuse some of that. So, sounds like an obvious thing to say, but as each individual person, all 7.5 billion of us on the planet, each one of us walk our own individual path. No two paths are the same. No two lives are the same. Even siblings that grow up in the same household will have a perception of their upbringing in the same household differently. They'll have placed different meaning and gravity and effect on the traumas, on the joys, on the opportunities, the whole thing, and have seen it in their own ways. So every person on the planet, they've had their own individual experiences with traumas, joys, interactions with authority figures, be it parents, teachers, policemen, doctors, the medical institution, pharmaceuticals, if they see them as positive or negative, all different things. It's going to be very unique, and the information that they've come across and what it meant to them and how it resonated for them or not, what avenues they've explored, what information they've explored, what conspiracy theories or conspiracies throughout history that they've explored, whatever it is, everyone will have had their own individual unique take on every step of the way until they get to the point where they stand now and see what they see as their own truth, their own reality, their own perspective. And for them, it can seem self-evident, obvious, absolutely apparent, and in some cases undeniable. And so anyone standing at any point of their perspective, their unique consciousness, you could see how it's easy to fall into a state of going, but it's so obvious, it's right there, how can you not see it? Are you stupid? And the thing is, this other person in this theoretical conversation, so this one's come from this whole life experience up till now, this one's come from a completely opposite direction through their whole life experience to meet at this point now, and they might be looking at the same thing right here between them, and yet they're seeing it from completely different sides. Is one of them wrong and one of them right? They're both right and they're both wrong, probably. But to call one another stupid because they're not seeing the same thing is like calling someone who's standing at the front of an elephant, describing the face and the ears and the trunk and the eyes, compared to someone standing at the back of the elephant that sees the tail and the bottom and the back legs, and describing very clearly with such clarity and certainty of the reality of this object being between them. And if they were to become so certain that what they're seeing is the only perspective that there is, then they could find themselves calling each other, "You're an idiot, you're stupid, what are you talking about? It clearly looks like this, it clearly looks like that." When really there could be someone else seeing just the leg, or just the top, or just the other side, or just the trunk. And these ones say, "No, it's obviously this. No, it's obviously that. You're all idiots. Have a look at this." The evidence is right there. It's so silly. And then someone else might have gone and ran all the way to the back of the field and they see the whole elephant and they're like, "Guys, look at this." It's actually an elephant. It actually has 4 legs, 1 trunk, 1 head. You know, so it's all perspective, it's all experience, and it's all valid and it's all real. So perhaps it's like that in life. No matter what perspective you have, it's because of all the information that you've found and gathered on your way. Like there's always conflicting information, isn't there? But the things that you've experienced, the things that you have has helped to shape your perceptions through your traumas and your joys, your highs and lows, everything that makes you unique, right? One of a kind, has helped to shape your views. And your views are precious and real and true. And so is everybody else's, for where they are at that point in time. So if we fight about who's right and who's wrong, there's never going to be a winner. There's never going to be, in our earth plane probably, it's not going to be coming to one resolve. And if we did, we'd very quickly probably become very bored. But I like how Max Egan, he said in one of his videos, the thing is, everything can be proven. You can take any perspective on any subject and come up with and display and show and present a really solid, compelling body of evidence that it is true. And you know, he said something that sounds funny. You can prove anything. You can prove anything, but it doesn't always mean that it's true. So you take from that what you think. It sounds like a funny thing to say, but I like the teaching of the and consciousness. And consciousness. The consciousness that it's like, yes, it's this and it's that. Yes, this view exists, this reality exists, but also, and this exists. So, you know, it's kind of like integrating multiple truths at once. In December or January, Spirit was saying to me, 2020 will be a year of and consciousness and helping us to expand, to hold multiple truths at once. And I was like, okay. I had moments of going, yeah, that makes sense, I get it. And then other moments of going, sorry, what? And I think it's starting to make sense to me now. It's about compassion, kindness, and respect for each individual person's view and practicing loving each other even when or especially when we disagree, and being able to hold space for the potential that all of it's true and none of it's true. And we can shape our reality. We can choose to have awareness that, okay, these things are there and they seem to exist. That seems quite evident. but also I'm going to use my conscious awareness, my power of focus, to focus on the parts that I prefer, or the reality that I want to move towards, or the reality, the version of reality that coexist at the same time on the multi layers and levels of reality that do exist. All realities, Spirit said this morning, all realities exist. All realities coexist simultaneously. So we can, at any point, choose to go into the lower vibrational ones, where they might include fear or tyranny or worry or whatever it could be. And you can also take your focus and awareness to the higher vibrational frequencies. And you do this every day anyway without realizing it, right? Some days you might feel very much in the flow, in joy, even though we're in a very challenging year and there's a lot of stuff going on that we could say is negative and bad. But you can, within our world, you can still find a place of inner peace, inner joy, and even come into that state where you feel a sweet anticipation and excitement that even though we're having a hard time, I feel good ultimately. I feel calm. I feel safe. I feel inspired. I feel looked after. I feel supported and protected and guided, whatever it might be. You can have those moments, and you can have the moments as well where you're like, oh my God, I feel petrified. I feel really fearful right now. And it could be if you're worried about yours or your family's health, yours or your family's finances, yours or your family's level of certainty, security, or uncertainty, or insecurity, however it manifests. But those highs and those lows, the times where you're in the flow and the times where it feels like you're out of alignment, is all valuable, and it's all part of the rich experience of life. A colorful, rich life includes the highs and the lows, the successes and the failures, all of it. I've gone on a tangent. I do that. But I like the elephant analogy. Spirit told me that this morning, and I was like, yeah, that's good. Because we all see things from our own perspective. And it's nice to remember and come back to the fact that we are, I say it's a fact, you may or may not believe this, that we're all one consciousness, perceiving itself through different lenses, through different eyes. We are one. And so we're here to experience the different perspectives together and move back towards love together. And so by disregarding other people that think differently to you, that believe differently to you, or see differently to you as stupid or morons, you're actually doing everybody involved a disservice, because the ones that you're saying that to, it's hurtful. It's not nice. It's a bit mean. And it's disregarding. And you could be hurting yourself because you're losing an opportunity to go, right, that's really interesting. I never thought of it like that. Why? Why do you think that? That's what I love saying to some friends who can talk about our differing beliefs in a way that's open. I can go, wow, that's so interesting to me. I never thought of it like that. Why do you think that? Or how did you come to that conclusion? And what does it mean to you? How does it make you feel inside? And I'm really interested in that. My beliefs over the years have changed and evolved as new information comes to hand, and I explore it, and I have such a curious mind, and I think all of us do. We have a curiosity. We have a playful, oh, my necklace came off. That's okay. I can tie it again. Look how cute and sweet it is. I'll tie it back together. It'll be fine. But as new information comes to light, as I learn new things, sometimes I feel like the ground beneath me almost shatter and break, and I'm like, oh my God, everything I thought was real about that is actually flipped on its head. And sometimes it's a really painful, uncomfortable experience, but other times it's kind of fun. And so it's like everything I used to think was real actually turned out to not be. So this is an incredible year of that 2020 vision, clarity, seeing there's a whole lot of truths exposed, a whole lot of exposing kind of energy, and vulnerability comes with that. And just sometimes it's called like a blinding clarity because it can be overwhelming. So I think a lot of us this year have experienced our beliefs being challenged, our worldview perhaps being challenged, or who we trust and who we don't trust, that's being questioned or reevaluated. And it can be a really good thing, because we are like caterpillars in a chrysalis, and we are going to break out and be like butterflies all together. We are going to evolve and transition, because that's what opportunity is given to us through crisis, that we can turn it into something beautiful. But first we have to kind of dissolve a little bit, as the caterpillar does within its cocoon. It kind of melts away and dies, but then it's reborn into something new. It's not an easy process, and so we're all going through this in our own ways. So rather than disregarding other point of views or schools of thought or ways of thinking or seeing things as stupid or moronic, if you want to engage in that other group or other person that thinks or sees differently to you, as often as you can, let it be from a place of kindness and compassion. You don't need to feel threatened. Let it come from a place of curiosity and learn about one another, so we can engage in discussion. Sometimes they're even going to be challenging discussions, but discussions or debates nonetheless that can carry as much compassion, respect, and curiosity as possible. You can choose that and you can create that. And in so doing, each person involved, each individual, each group has the ability to learn a lot, and maybe even compromise, meet somewhere in the middle, create movements together that help to heal and transmute divide that was there in the past, that help to bring about new balance and cooperation between groups that in the past were completely pitted against one another. So anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that, your experiences, your views. And I wish you a very happy day full of peace and love, and that you receive kindness, compassion, and respect from your family, your friends, your acquaintances, in person and online, and throughout your travels as we navigate this peculiar time in our history that will lead to wonderful things when we all heal together. Much love, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.